liberty does not exist in absence of morality. The true danger is when liberty is nibbled away for expedience and by parts. Among a people generally corrupt, liberty cannot long exist. Whenever a separation is made between liberty and justice, neither, in my opinion, is safe. If we command our wealth, we shall be rich and free. If our wealth commands us, we are poor indeed. Abstract liberty, like other mere abstractions, is not to be found. The greater the power, the more dangerous the abuse. No power so effectually robs the mind of all its powers of acting and reasoning as fear. I know of nothing sublime which is not some modification of power. Those who have been once intoxicated with power and have derived any kind of emolument from it, even though but for 1 year, never can willingly abandon it. They may be distressed in the midst of all their power, but they will never look to anything but power for their relief. All human laws are, properly speaking, only declaratory. They have no power over the substance of original justice. The great must submit to the dominion of prudence and of virtue, or none will long submit to the dominion of the great. Law and arbitrary power are at eternal enmity. In a democracy, the majority of the citizens is capable of exercising the most cruel oppressions upon the minority. If any ask me what a free government is, I answer that, for any practical purpose, it is what the people think so, and that they, and not I, are the natural, lawful, and competent judges of this matter. Free trade is not based on utility, but on justice. Taxing is an easy business. Any projector can contrive new compositions, any bungler can add to the old. There is, however, a limit at which forbearance ceases to be a virtue. Restraint and discipline, and examples of virtue and justice, these are the things that form the education of the world. The only thing necessary for the triumph of evil is for good men to do nothing. When bad men combine, the good must associate, else they will fall, one by one, an unpitied sacrifice in a contemptible struggle. It is not what a lawyer tells me I may do, but what humanity, reason, and justice tell me I ought to do. But the age of chivalry is gone, that of sophisters, economists, and calculators has succeeded, and the glory of Europe is extinguished forever. The yielding of the weak is the concession to fear. Next to love, sympathy is the divinest passion of the human heart. Early and provident fear is the mother of safety. The first and simplest emotion which we discover in the human mind is curiosity. Better to be despised for too anxious apprehensions than be ruined by too confident a security. He that wrestles with us strengthens our nerves and sharpens our skill. Our antagonist is our helper. The concessions of the weak are the concessions of fear. Facts are to the mind what food is to the body. Adversity is a severe instructor, set over us by one who knows us better than we do ourselves, as he loves us better too. Never despair, but if you do work on and despair, reading without reflecting is like eating without digesting. Our patience will achieve more than our force. Never apologize for showing feeling. When you do so, you apologize for the truth. Duty is the promise of happiness. Some decent, regulated preeminence, some preference given to birth, is neither unnatural nor unjust nor impolite. It is hard to say whether the doctors of law or divinity have made the greater advances in the lucrative business of mystery. People must be taken as they are, and we should never try to make them or ourselves better by quarreling with them. Great men are the guideposts and landmarks in the state. Hypocrisy can afford to be magnificent in its promises, for never intending to go beyond promise, it costs nothing. Applaud us when we run, console us when we fall, cheer us when we recover. Under the pressure of the cares and sorrows of our mortal condition, men have at all times, and in all countries, called in some physical aid to their moral consolations: wine, beer, opium, brandy, or tobacco. Young man, there is America, which at this day serves for little more than to amuse you with stories of savage men and uncouth manners. There is a courageous wisdom. There is also a false, reptile prudence, the result not of caution but of fear. Nobody makes a greater mistake than he who does nothing because he could only do a little. When ancient opinions and rules of life are taken away, the loss cannot possibly be estimated. From that moment, we have no compass to govern us, nor can we know distinctly to what port to steer. Rudeness is the weak man's imitation of strength.